Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 10. I'm your host. I'm comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by Noelle Winters Herzog.
Regular person.
Regular old Noelle Winters Herzog.
That's me.
We're here to talk about season 8, episode 42 of Catfish, Aaron and Treyvon.
Okay, I'm here for it.
I want to let you guys know something.
Mhm.
We've gotten some comments that are like, oh, it would have been better if they started from the beginning. Well, we're not. We're starting from here. We're starting from when the season started this season.
Right.
And then the season's going to go off and we're going to go back to the beginning, guys.
Okay, I just want to point something out.
Okay,
when we started Teen Mom Trash Talk, it wasn't from the beginning.
No.
When we started 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk, wasn't from the beginning.
Not from the beginning.
So we started Catfish, not from the beginning.
It's from where we are right now.
Yeah, because this is what's airing. And you know what? If we weren't covering what was airing now, people would have comments. Why did you start from the beginning?
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't make everyone happy, but we're really trying, guys. We're really trying.
We love you.
We're struggling to just make you guys accept us.
Please accept us.
Well, a lot of people are accepting of us and they even want more of us. And that's why you're going to go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. We have a really big treat for everyone in our Trash Talk family. There is a new level on Patreon called Elite, where you get every single podcast that we do, all of our premium podcasts, meaning 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and this podcast, Catfish Trash Talk, the day we record it, which is sometimes basically a week early.
So it's basically the week that the shows air.
Right. So it's usually the day after the show airs. So if you want to join that level, remember, you're being a patron of 3 different podcasts by joining that level. And you can get that. And then you also get access to every single thing on our Patreon, which includes 16 and Pregnant Trash Talk, Unexpected Trash Talk, 90 Day Fiancé Self-Quarantine Trash Talk, and our favorite podcast, BS. I mean, I can't even tell you.
Yes.
I can't even tell you how many episodes of bonus content that you get. You will be entertained forever. And you're going to find out so much about us that you might not have wanted to know.
Yeah, there are things that I say that you're probably like, I could have done without that, Noelle.
I could have done without that. But here we are. And now I know. And now I feel bonded to you for life.
Well, that's the thing. I want us to be trauma bonded.
Well, you definitely do a lot of trauma bonding on BS for sure. So guys, make sure you're going over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. And if you want to talk about this show, this show, Catfish Trash Talk, or this show, Catfish, go over to our Facebook group, Catfish Trash Talk.
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
The group. We can discuss it. And that's how you're going to get in touch with us, the host. And we have a great family over there.
We really do. Guys, we all love each other. Join us.
Let's dive into this episode, season 8, episode 42, Aaron and Treyvon. We start off with Neve and Cammie bragging about being vaccinated.
Right. Which, brag about the same thing. Me too.
I love it. So now also, Neve, stop trying to make your family a thing.
His kids are cute though.
Okay, sure. I don't care.
Yeah, right. Because it's not like Cammie. Cammie showed her boyfriend one time ever on the show.
Who's her boyfriend? When
her boyfriend was like on her first season or last season. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't her first season. It was last season because they were Zooming and he was like there in the background.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Just very, very briefly.
Right. It's very brief. And they show her dog, Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I like Biggie way better than I like Cleo, Bo, and whatever his wife's name is. I'm over her.
Yeah. I don't know her name, but Cleo and Bo. I think Bo is so cute.
No one knows her name. Then to be honest with you, there's no way to find out.
Yeah, I mean, Google doesn't exist.
Google doesn't exist. So we get Cleo on FaceTime and she announces that there's going to be a new baby boy September 2021. So now there's going to be Cleo, Bo, and mystery baby boy.
Yes.
No one cares.
And mommy's very tired, very nappy.
Wow.
Yeah, she just naps a lot. That's
cool
how they
story,
know.
bro.
Right. It's like, okay.
Also, she just found out and we already know the sex of the baby.
Right, but she just found out. I guess they're just telling Cammie.
Okay, but it's like, come on, stop.
I know.
Stop trying to.
I know.
I wish that I'm gonna edit that episode and take that out.
You can. Maybe they're just looking for things.
Okay, that wasn't a good thing. I don't care.
Yeah,
right,
I'd rather see Cammie play with the chocolate again.
Same. So now let's talk about this episode. Aaron is from Dallas. He's 30 years old, and he is in a hairy pickle.
Oh, I've never heard something explained this way. A hairy pickle. Well, I mean, I've heard things explained this way, but not situations.
I liked it. He is in a hairy pickle. And he met Treyvon 9 months ago on Grindr. They don't say it's Grindr. We know it's Grindr.
Yes. A hookup app, basically.
A gay hookup app.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder what that would be.
Right? Grindr.
Maybe it's coffee meets bagel.
Yum. Is that bad? Oh.
Maybe it's hot dog meets hot dog.
Oh. Scissor meets scissor.
Maybe. So Trey didn't want to meet in person because of COVID. Now this is like the perfect excuse.
Of course it is. This is the best. That what a time to catfish last year was.
A time to catfish. It's like, bro, I don't want to die. Sorry that I don't want to meet you, but I want to be alive for when we get married.
Oh, it's so funny. It was. What a time to catfish.
Well, also he can't talk on the phone and he can't video chat. So that's where you lose me, because now you're home.
Right.
It's COVID. I mean, maybe you're an essential worker. But
sure.
Really, where are you going?
But is your phone broken? Just is it?
Who knows?
Is anybody's phone really broken?
Everyone's phone is broken. Do you know that my phone broke like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? I couldn't send any pictures. Do you remember this?
I do remember this.
Okay. This was when you and I went to go see Mean Girls.
Yes.
And we took a picture with Katy Perry and it did not come out.
Yes. I remember this. Yes.
My phone wasn't taking pictures or sending pictures.
Did you not just have storage? Is that what the problem was?
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was that, but it was like just not working out. And I could not send her to, and I was like, oh my God. Am I a catfish? This is what they mean when they say it doesn't work.
Yes.
Because someone had asked me to send them a picture of something and I said, I can't. I'm sorry. My phone's broken. And I'm like, oh, I sound like this person.
Yeah. You don't sound real.
Oh,
but also you could still FaceTime.
Yeah, I probably could have still FaceTime.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to meet up and Aaron got ghosted.
Right. Which always happens.
And then Aaron had a big life event that happened that we never find out.
But he won't
about.
Say what it is.
But he never says what it is.
I think it just means like he got back together with his ex or he got engaged or whatever.
Right. But like he makes it like something bad happen.
Right. Like I had this life event. Like, I found out I'm sick.
My whole family
whatever.
got murdered at gunpoint.
Which is a typical catfish thing to say.
Right. My sister and grandmother got shot execution style in the woods in front of my house.
In a car accident.
In a car accident with cancer, and my cat was watching.
Yes, exactly.
And now I have to take him to therapy every single day to
my
talk
poor
it
cat.
out. Oh my
poor
God.
Cat.
I'm going to have to put him down. This was a true story, guys.
It sounds real.
He's keeping a secret, and he's also from Mississippi, which is the secret he should have kept.
Yeah, please. You don't need to tell us this.
Sorry, Mississippi. We're going to get a lot of Mississippi hate. We're just kidding.
I don't even know where Mississippi is. Again,
it's over there.
Here we go with my problem.
It's over there.
It's the M states.
I do know how to spell it because of the rhyme.
I mean, I don't know the rhyme, but I know how to spell it because of a rhyme. I just sing it.
Because MISSISSIPPI. Yeah.
But is it because it's slow down at the end like that? Like how does it go?
MISSISSIPPI.
Oh, because you went IPPI.
Okay, because here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a secret about yourself that you're going to find out right now.
I mean, I know what you're going to tell me, but this is you. This is a you problem. No, it's not a me problem.
Even in person, when we sing together, you have like a 4-second delay.
It's not that. It's because I never know if I'm supposed to sing with you. Or I decide too late. I decide too late. I thought that Zoom had a delay for the longest time. And it's you. You have a delay in your brain. Well, guess what? In the car, I serenade Matt every day.
Yeah, with a 4-second delay.
There is no delay. Maybe I am spot on with Nas every time.
Maybe Matt has a second delay in his head. It seems like
I just never know. I never know if I'm going to join in. And then I join in on the fun just a little too late.
It's almost like I wonder if something's happening that I need to take you to a neurologist.
I mean, that's a question for the ages.
Like, that's what I'm worried about every time I sing with you. I'm like, how is this? I remember a while ago, we were singing a song on BS maybe. And I'm like, she just can't figure it out. And I'm like, no, it's got to be an internet connection problem.
Right.
And it was a brain wiring.
It's because I don't always want to sing with you. I'm not a good singer.
You are a very good singer. I am serenaded by you many, many days of my life on a 4-second delay.
Yes.
And I would really think that it would enhance your singing if you just started when the song started.
With you.
With me.
If I start when you start.
If you start with
listen, you just sang the MISSISSIPPI song and you did PPI slow.
You know why because I was trying to have you catch up with me.
But I also said that I didn't know the tune of the song. I did say
it's not really a song. It's just the onomatopoeia of the word. Are you losing your mind?
The onomatopoeia. Oh man. Oh, Tracey, it's too early for this BS right now.
You make it like you never
I don't. I never onomatopoeia. I have news for you.
You make it like you never studied Shakespeare.
I mean, I did. I am classically trained in Shakespeare and French cooking.
Do you know what onomatopoeia is?
No.
Okay. You're going to love this.
Okay.
It's when you say a word and it has like some kind of like effect. Like, okay. Like when you say, this is why you're going to love it. Because we talk about sizzle words.
I was going to say like a sizzle word.
Literally like a sizzle word. The word sizzle reminds you of sizzling.
Yeah.
That's onomatopoeia.
Oh, I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to think of like another onomatopoeia.
Like a bedazzle. And I picture bedazzle.
Let me see. Okay. Honk, beep. Okay. Think about onomatopoeia. Think about a comic book.
Okay.
When it's like, boing,
okay.
Bang, boom. That's onomatopoeia.
You know what that reminds me of? I know that we always go a little off. I just want to tell you something really quick.
Tell it.
Remember when your brother came to my house?
Yes.
And he screamed beep?
Okay. So what happened was his horn was broken.
Yes.
This was many, many years ago. And he had to pick up a fake ID from your house.
Yes.
If the cops are listening, we're just kidding.
Yes. LOL.
We're comedians. And I said, okay, my brother's going to come to your house. He's going to beep when he's there.
Yes.
And he rolled down the window and he said, beep.
Yes.
And
I came downstairs.
You came downstairs and you're like, what was that? And he was like, my horn's broken.
That Tracey, that was like one of the funniest moments of my life. I will never get over that. Like, what a silly goose. Beep. I was like, hello. I think that was the first time I met him too. So I didn't even know what I was looking for.
I think it was.
That was very funny.
We were very young.
Yeah, we were we were young enough where he needed a fake ID.
We were young enough where he had a car without a horn.
Well, that's true too. Yes, I remember this. That's very funny.
This was before horns were invented.
Yeah, well, there was no such thing.
Oh my God, I remember driving that car and having to roll down the window and be like, beep. Do you know that I still do that in my car because of that?
Yeah, you do. No, you do that, but you also do the fingers with the L.
Yeah, because I don't know left and right.
Left or right.
I don't know them. I do that all the time in my house too.
That's very
like I could be on like a virtual call with my doctor and he'll be like, which arm do you feel like you're having a heart attack in? And I'll be like, oh, hold on one second. Left.
Right. It takes you a minute.
Left. And he's like, all right, well, that took a really long time for you to explain. I think you're okay.
So maybe your heart's not the problem.
Just saying. Anyway, Aaron's from Mississippi.
Hello, Aaron.
He's looking for his other half. He had just gotten out of a long-term relationship, but he wound up getting back with his ex and they got engaged.
Right.
All right. So now Treyvon is who he met. He's 28, 29. I love how he doesn't really know the age of him.
He's so cute.
Yeah, of course he's really.
Not Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treyvon.
Yeah. He works in a convenience store in
but
Dallas.
He doesn't know which one.
He doesn't know which one. Also, I love how Neve is like, okay, you think this is really him? And he's like, yes. And Neve's like, all right, let me tell you about this show.
Right. Because he's like, you guys are trying to convince me it's not him. And Neve is like, hello? Do you know what show this is?
This is a show about people revealing themselves as catfish. This is not a love show.
Yes.
This is a sad show.
This is a mad show.
It's a hate show.
Yes.
So we found out that Aaron had messaged him first on the Grinder or the Hot Dog Meets Hot Dog.
Yum.
And they only text, and it started off obviously as heated, sexy combos.
Right. So it was really because Aaron wasn't looking for anything.
Sure. And now Treyvon ghosts him a lot. He'll suggest that they meet up, and then he'll say like, oh, I fell asleep. And the problem is that I don't know if anyone has ever dated ever.
Right.
Yeah, that's what dating is all about. Dating is all about like, oh, hey, sorry, my there was a flood in my living room, and the ceiling opened up and just poured right onto my phone 10 minutes before we were supposed to meet.
Then the arc came through.
And I got in a fist fight with a giraffe.
Yes.
And then, oh God, by the time my phone went back on after I put it in rice, it was 3 weeks later. So that's why I didn't show up.
Right. Well, that is dating though. It doesn't mean it's a catfish.
No, that's just all about dating. And you're like, oh no, it's cool. What do you want to do next time? Okay. So he has no social media also, because obviously he's on Grindr, but doesn't have any social media.
Right. So nobody has social media.
So his fiance doesn't know. Aaron's fiance does not know that he's talking to Trey. Now, Trey is 29. And then we see the photos of Trey.
He looks all the way young.
19.
Yeah, he looks very young.
That's what he looks like. Now, they search the pictures. That's what they're always like, let's start with the photos.
Yes.
Let's do a little Google image search. They don't search the photo that looks like a professional photo.
Right.
Which is weird.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, of course you're not going to search the professional photo from this young model from like Iran.
Also, I just want to say this. This episode just goes to show you that it does not matter your how you identify sexually or your sexual orientation. Men are scumbags.
Men are scumbags. Men are scumbags. Yes. I am sorry. If you're a man listening to this, we absolutely love you, and we're not talking about you. And if you love your man, we're not talking about him either.
Right. But it's just like, he wants to see like if this other
we're talking about them though.
We are because this guy's like, if I could find out who he is and he really likes me and I like him, like I'm gonna not be with my fiance. He wants to like wait for the better thing.
I love how Neve explains this.
What did he say?
Okay, Neve's like, listen, I'm sure if I met other women, I could fall in love with them. He's like, but I got married and I chose my wife because I love her and I want to be with her. So I made a decision that I was going to stop looking for love.
I mean, that's how I feel.
And he's like, doesn't sound great to me.
He's like, but I'm not married.
Right.
It's like, but you're engaged. Yeah, it's weird to me.
Well, whatever. I guess they didn't search the water pick. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, they should have.
So we find out that he's engaged to a man named Hakeem. And Hakeem got Aaron's name on his nails.
On his manny.
Okay. And Cammie points out something very real.
What'd she say?
Did you ever do that when you were younger?
No,
you never got a good airbrush like initial on your nail, on your left nail, on your ring finger?
I was like not attractive enough to have a boyfriend a long time ago.
Okay, well, can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
I know what you looked like because I was friends with you.
Yeah.
You were very attractive, but pretend you weren't. I know tons of attractive people with boyfriends.
I just feel like unattractive. I didn't have a boyfriend enough to do that. Okay, I just had like semi boyfriends.
Okay, but don't say it's because you weren't attractive
enough. I don't know. I think that I took a long time to blossom.
Noelle, have you seen the Uggos that are paired up?
Yes.
You weren't attractive enough?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem is I'm like Barbie now.
Oh my God, like, get away from me. Get away from me. Oh, what a swan.
Yeah. What an ugly duckling, really.
What a freaking
swan.
A
success story.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so lucky to be even speaking to you. And you guys should be jealous because we're on Zoom and I get to see her face and you guys don't. But maybe you could just look at a picture of her while you listen to the podcast.
You should, guys. It would put you in a better mood.
You can't because you wouldn't even be able to pay attention to this podcast. The beauty would be blinding to you.
It just seeps. It just seeps. I can't help it.
It would sizzle into your eyes.
Ooh, it's a double entendre. No, not a double entendre. Right, well. An onomatopoeia. I'm a walking onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. My grandmother used to make that for dinner.
I loved onomatopoeia over like gavadil. With a little Parmesan Reggiano.
It sounds like something my grandmother used to make.
Yum. I love onomatopoeia.
A side of prosciutto. Yum.
I might make onomatopoeia with my lasagna.
I think I had onomatopoeia the other night at Gino's.
I had it for Thanksgiving. We made it.
I
love a whole tray of it. It went in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's homemade onomatopoeia.
Oh God, it's so good though. With extra pia. Hold the onomata.
It's all about the pia.
Yeah, but I do like the onomata olives.
Throw up my coffee right now. Oh my God.
All right, we're back, guys.
Okay, I'm here, guys. We're here.
So I did used to get my boyfriend's initial airbrush onto my left ring finger.
But I also never had I don't even think I was ever given a double heart ring. Like, what a sad life.
You think that these guys knew they were my boyfriend?
Oh, okay. That makes me feel better.
No.
Okay.
People yeah,
I mean, then again, I also got an initial tattooed on me a long time ago. So how did that work for me? He didn't even know he was my boyfriend.
Why do you have 12 L's on your left ring finger? And it's like, well, it's for all 12 Luigis that I love.
Yes. They were all named Luigi. Gotta be.
What's the problem? So we check his phone number. We do the Google poo. Someone named Paris from Texas, and it's a landline. So now they're like,
okay, who's this? Right.
They search this Paris name. They find a guy from Buffalo. They get back in the Zoom with Aaron. They're like, does the name Paris ring a bell?
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, that's my fiance. And they're like, no, your fiance is Hakeem Davenport.
Right.
He's like, oh, no. Hakeem Davenport is his stage name. What?
Okay. What stage?
Your name is Paris.
Yes.
And you have your stage name as Hakeem?
Okay. I was thinking the same thing. Why wouldn't Paris be your stage name?
If your name was Paris, would you have a stage name?
No, that's what I don't understand.
No one understands.
Like if your name is Hakeem and then you have Paris as your stage name, that would make sense.
Yes, that is correct. That
Paris is such a cool name. I don't know.
What a strange little
I thought the same thing. And then I was like, wait, so then is Paris his stage name? No, Paris is his name. Weird.
Paris is his real name. Okay. So now also, do you understand what Cammie meant when she said Davenport's a drag name?
I mean, so no.
Okay. So there are drag families.
Okay.
And he's part of the Davenport family.
Oh my God, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. But also, I don't know. When they were passing out stage names and they were like, all right, what do you want, Paris or Hakeem? And he's like, oh, I definitely want Hakeem.
Right. Isn't that just so?
I'll never understand
I would be
that.
Paris Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
Right. So they tell Aaron, they're like, all right, well, now you have to talk to him. So Aaron FaceTimes Neve to say nothing.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, he's working overnight. So apparently they had texted Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Did we know this or did I miss that?
Well, they said that they said they wanted to. They didn't show them texting.
Okay, because I got confused. They were like, oh,
no, they didn't show anything.
Okay, but then they said that they did, and it's like, what? I had
they just said that they wanted to, but they never said they did.
Okay, well, apparently they did because they're like, we texted him, and he ignored it.
Yes,
that's why he didn't come home.
Right. Which is like, because they spoke about doing it, but they didn't show it. You know how they usually show it on the screen? They didn't.
I know. All right. So now he comes back. Aaron comes back. He said that he had a rough night because Paris didn't come home. And Aaron's like, so I really want to find out who this is catfishing me.
It's so crazy. It's like, hello?
It's Katy Perry, bro.
You guys, they also gave it away like so fast.
So fast. And I was like, I'm not interested in this anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like 25 minutes in, I could shut this off now.
Right. You guys, like, could you hold me off to like 40 minutes?
I thought there was going to be more of a twist. Anyway.
Me too. Right.
Let's keep going. All right. So Aaron wants to find out who this really is.
Right.
Okay. So he texts Paris and he's like, hey, where are you?
Right.
So Treyvon texts him right at the same time. And so he calls Treyvon and he's like, hello, is this Treyvon? And Treyvon goes, yes, it is. Who is this?
But that's the part I didn't understand. Who is this? You were just texting.
you don't have each other's phone numbers?
Yeah, but you were just texting.
So he's like, all right, well, anyway, Treyvon, I have a fiance, blah, blah, blah. But I think I like you better. So I would like to meet up with you. And he's like, okay, fine. I don't have time to Zoom, but I'll meet up with you if you break up with your fiance.
And they're like, Neve is like, just say yes. Cammy's like, just say no. And like, I would have been like, yeah, sure. I'm going to leave him for you. Tell me more.
I left him already.
Yes. Yes.
Get on Zoom. So it was just weird. He thinks that Treyvon will show up. Like he thinks that
he does. He truly believes it. That's the craziest part to me always about Catfish is the people getting catfish truly believe in the catfish.
All right. Well, guess what? Trayvon's ready to talk and boom, it's Paris in an Airbnb.
Paris, the most beautiful man in the world.
I know.
By the
Aaron
way.
is screaming. Paris is shaking his shoulders in a fur shawl.
Yeah, I love him.
What is happening? Now Aaron takes off his ring. Trayvon takes off his ring. Trayvon / Paris / Hakeem.
And he couldn't really even get his ring off at first. And I'm like, bro, I understand. I do.
You're like, oh my God, put your hands in ice and then use some coconut oil. Everything
try floss.
So Neve is like, okay, everyone is yelling. Let's take a timeout.
Yeah.
So now they talk to Paris separately. And Paris is like, yeah, I was scared that he was cheating on me while I was away.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that they were still having sex when they weren't together.
Right. They were still hooking up. Right.
And he did it to spy on him. And then he starts bragging about where he's traveling to.
Yes.
But it's like not even great.
Right. But also tell me what you do.
He's a drag queen.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's a drag queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
No, super cool. But he's like,
yeah. Like I'm going to Alabama. Yeah.
Cool story.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
The glamorous Alabama.
Like I'm in Rhode Island for the weekend. It's like, what?
It was very confusing.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in LA or New York. He was like, I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, but really it's a suburb outside of it.
Right. It's a small town.
Yeah. He's like, oh, when I'm traveling to glamorous places like South Dakota, Wisconsin.
Montana, I need to know what he's doing.
And it's like, all right, stop bragging.
Yeah.
So then Aaron decides to write on a piece of paper because he's not allowed to speak because they want him to shut the fuck up. And he says, get a nanny cam if you want to know where I am. Why would you suggest that? That's insane.
Yeah, because he's being petty.
Yeah. So now he said, this is another thing that Paris did. He's like, my best friend, Rico Cedric, was helping me.
I love this.
I love how everything is a plug. He's like, Rico Cedric also likes to travel to
South
Kentucky.
Carolina.
Yeah. I know. It's like, what? These are the worst brags ever.
Yeah.
So Aaron comes back hot.
Yeah. He's all the way angry.
That Rico will not get any more chicken wings at their house. Sick burn, bro.
This. I would be upset by that.
But the problem that I'm having is that Neve is kind of defending Aaron.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, you're switching this.
Yeah, which is surprising because Neve usually doesn't do that.
I know, but they're like almost gaslighting Paris.
I know.
Well, this is a pina colada situation.
What does that mean?
Do you remember the pina colada song?
If you like, oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They both are doing it to each other, but they're looking for the same thing.
And then I said, wow, it's you.
I'm not singing with you this time. You sing it.
I'm my own lovely lady. We've been together too long. Like an old time recording of my favorite song. And as she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed. And in the personal column, there was this letter I read. If you like pina colada, getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain. If you like making love at midnight on the dunes of a cape. Did you like it?
I actually really enjoyed that.
You look for, write to me and escape. Okay, obviously you guys get the point of the song. The song
it is though. You're so right.
The song is that a husband and wife are looking for an outside relationship because they're bored in their own relationship. Yada yada yada. They go through the personal ads. They meet up at a bar, and guess what?
It's wife and husband.
It's husband and wife, and she goes, I never knew. All right. Well, that's what they're doing. They're pina colading each other.
It's very funny.
Pina colada and chicken wings. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. Pina colada and chicken wings.
It's such a delicious meal for the bar.
Combination.
So
Very
Paris
good.
cries and leaves, and then he comes back very, very quickly.
He is like you. He likes a dramatic exit.
I loved the dramatic exit.
Yes.
Also, when I'm on Catfish, I am going to wear a fur stole.
Oh, that was great. I have one.
I'm sorry.
I have one.
Too. I do too, unfortunately. I have one. Pete is going to come after me. I did not buy it.
I didn't buy it either.
Someone gave it to me when I was a little baby girl. And it has like a fox head, and then it has the paws, and it clips onto each other. The paws clip.
Oh, okay. I have had something similar. Mine was passed down to me.
Yes.
But I also had ones. I just want to tell you this.
Tell me about it.
I had them for my Barbies, and I had real ones when I was little because my grandmother read the tarot cards for all of the Goodfellas men. Let's just say Goodfellas.
Yes, yes.
And they used to bring me gifts.
Names. Oh,
and that was one I would get first stoles for my Barbies. It was the craziest thing ever. Let me ask you a
question. When they brought you the first stoles for the Barbie, was Paulie mad that they bought them?
No, actually,
you can't have these Barbies running around with these first stoles. We didn't. Come on, man! I told you, put the money. You got to hide the money for a little while.
I like that he's like, I'll put him in the freezer.
Were your Barbies in the freezer?
Oh man, that was so funny. It's true. I even had a pink fur coat.
Just saying. I didn't have anything that I killed directly. I had a lot of secondhand animals.
It was all given.
But you know what? I couldn't really hang with it a lot because I was allergic to it.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also you were saying something about the freezer. I just want to give you guys all a tip out there. My allergist suggested that I put my stuffed animals in the freezer to kill the dust mites.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I know. That's why I've been eating all my frozen vegetables so that I could get the room
for Winnie.
for Winnie the Pooh. All right. So he comes back and they talk to Paris alone, and Paris all of a sudden changes his tune all the way. Everyone's great. And he's like, I just love him. I want to be with him. And Cammie's blaming Paris too. She's like, right, but this wouldn't have happened if you didn't catfish him.
And it's like, okay, but nobody's holding Aaron responsible for basically having an emotional affair.
No one. And trying to have a
trying to leave his fiance for this person.
Well, the real problem with Aaron is that he has a lamp with 3 different lights, and one of them's out. And it's like, you're going to be on TV,
notice
bro.
that. Yeah.
You can clean up a little bit.
Yeah. And then Paris was definitely in an Airbnb.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Paris said that he needs to work on his insecurities, and he apologizes. Then Aaron apologizes. They make up so quickly.
I know. It was like very fast.
Aaron wants to take a few days apart, but wants to stay together. So Aaron's like, listen, I gotta bang some guys.
Yeah.
But
then we get back together.
And then they dramatically put their rings back on.
I know.
Okay. They're still together and they're getting married in November. Blah.
Right. So what was the point of this exactly?
Okay. Now, also, here's the other thing. Whose pictures did he use? Why are we never asking this question?
Maybe he was using his friend Rico Cedric's pictures.
You think?
I don't know. He said he did it with his help. So it's like maybe Aaron doesn't know all of his friends.
I don't know. I just need to know what pictures he used. I feel like this needs to be addressed.
Yes. What pictures does everyone use? Because it is a violation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was okay, but they showed their cards entirely too early. That was my problem.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you're right. 25 minutes in. Okay, we already know who it is. Why are we still doing this then? And also their confrontation wasn't even all that long. Like nothing happened.
Wow. They got over it within seconds.
Yeah. I've never gotten over anything like that in my life.
But you know what though? Again, gender roles, that's a man thing.
Tracy, it's so true.
Yeah.
Men are just like, okay, shake it off.
Yeah. Let's not do that anymore.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Meanwhile, I wouldn't eat for like a week.
Yeah. There would be some kind of strike. I don't know if it would be hunger.
Some kind of strike.
There would definitely be a strike. There would be a big blown up rat outside of his apartment.
Oh, that's our favorite.
It's my favorite kind of strike. Mm-hmm. If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to listen to more of our podcasts.
You just do. You got to listen to BS.
Make sure you go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. And if you want this podcast the day after the show airs or 2 days after, usually the day after, come on, guys, go over to Patreon, join Patreon, go to the elite level, and you're going to get everything you've ever wanted.
Because we're going to provide everything you've ever wanted. We're going to provide that for you.
Also, we have so many listeners now. I appreciate everyone, but we do not have enough reviews. So please go over to Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating, an amazing review, and make sure you're following us, your host, at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. That's me. Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter. That's her.
Trixie Tuzini is Tracey's stage name.
It is TRIXIETUZZINI. Trixie Tuzini Davenport.
Oh, I like it. It has a good ring to it.
My real name's Paris.
I wish. What a good name.
My real name's China, but I decided to use the stage name Tracey Carnazzo.
Okay, well, that, that's a perfect example. Right. My name is New Zealand, but I'm using Noelle Winters Herzog.
My real name. No, I mean, listen, let's be honest with these people. Let's not lie to them. That was a lie.
Okay.
My real name is Sparkle Bubbles. And I am also a drag performer. But I chose the name Tracey Carnazzo because I just thought it had more of a ring to it.
It does. Tracey, it just does. Trixie Tuzini is a good one though, too.
Yeah, but that's not my stage name. That's my birth name. That's
unfortunately.
That's my government.
Yes, that's what your mom named you, Trixie. Yes. I could just see your mother naming you Trixie.
Exactly. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you. Go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my live tour dates, and we'll see you next week. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.